wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, we are from Group 5. Today we will present chapter 1 from the book Critical Reading in Language Education by Catherine Wallis. And I will be the first present. I will explain untitled Reading as a Social Process.
And I'm second present. I will explain the role of the author and the text.
And I'm the last presenter. I will explain the role of the reader.
Happy watching! Hello, I am the first present. My name is Mita Gayatri, and here I will explain about reading as a social process. In this chapter, the author explained that reading is not only about understanding words or sentences. Reading is also influenced by society, culture, and personal experience. First one is reading as a social process. Many people think reading is an individual activity. However, Catherine Wallis argues that reading is also a social activity. People read as members of society. Their understanding of text can be influenced by their background, culture, education, beliefs, and experience. So, different people may understanding the same text differently. For example, when I say market, city people will think market is a mall. Meanwhile, if I say market, and village people will think market is market traditional. The second one is literacy model. The author explained two literacy models from Brain Street. The first is the autonomous model. This model sees literacy as a general skill that is the same for everyone. The second is the ideological model. This model sees that literacy is connected to culture and social context. Different communication can have different reading practice. Wallis supports the second model because reading is influenced by society and culture. Importance of brain literacy. The author also talked about modern technology and digital communication. Even though people now use emails, online message, and digital media, Wallis believes that brain literacy is still important. Books, newspaper, magazine, and written text still help people improve reading skill, understand language, and think critically. Therefore, traditional reading and modern technology should work together. And to conclude, this chapter shows that reading is not only about language skills. Reading is also connected to culture, society, and identity. Now I will hand over to the second presenter, Syafutun Nur Ramadhani, who will explain the role of the author and the text.
Okay, thank you so much for first present, Mita Gayatri. And now, I will explain the role of the author and the text. First is the role of the author. According to Catherine Wallis, authors are important because texts come from people's ideas, experience, and beliefs. When reading, we often ask questions like, who wrote this text? Why was it written? And what message does the writer want to share? However, some texts do not have a clear author, such as textbook or official documents. Because of this, readers should think critically and not accept every text easily. And second is the role of the text. The author explained that a text is not only word on a page. A text also has a social context. To understand a text, readers should think about who wrote it, why is what written, and the situation behind the text. And the third is genre and social text. Wallis also discuss genre. or different types of text, newspaper, advertisement, poems, or lecture. As genre has its own purpose, style, and audience quality. To conclude, this chapter shows that author and text are influenced by society and culture. Critical reader should understand not only the content of a text, but also its content and purpose. And now, I will hand over to third President Maulana Hasan Said, who will explain the role of the reader.
Okay, thank you for the second presenter, Yakutun Nur Ramadhani. Now, I will explain the role of the reader in reading as a social process. The first is the role of the reader. According to Catherine Wallace, readers are not passive. Readers do not only receive information from a text. Readers interact with the text and bring their own experiences, knowledge, and opinions when they read. Because of this, different readers may understand the same text in different ways. And then the second is social role of the reader. The author explains that reading is influenced by social factors such as culture, education, gender, and social background. These factors can affect how people understand and respond to a text. And then the third is L2 readers and marginalized readers. Wallace also discusses L2 readers or second language readers. L2 readers may face challenges because of language differences and cultural understanding. Sometimes they may feel less confident when reading text written for native speakers. However, the author believes that L2 readers can still become critical and active readers. And then the last is the conclusion. To conclude, this chapter shows that